What's up, Bears fans? The wait is over, and now it's time to get serious. The offseason has settled, training camp is in the rearview mirror, and preseason is behind us. This is it, the real deal. We're officially looking ahead to the full regular season, and today we're breaking it all down, game by game, win or loss. Let's find out if the Chicago Bears team, under new leadership and with a fresh quarterback, can actually punch their ticket to the playoffs. Now, if you've been following the storylines this offseason, you know how dramatic this year could be. The NFC North is in a strange transition. Aaron Rodgers is on his way out, the Lions are trending up, the Vikings are banking on a rookie, and the Bears, well, they've got something special cooking. Ben Johnson is in as head coach, Caleb Williams is the guy, and expectations are cautiously growing. But it all comes down to the schedule and the grind that is the NFL season. Week 1, Monday Night Football, under the lights at Soldier Field. The Bears are hosting the Minnesota Vikings, and all eyes will be on J.J. McCarthy, making his first career start for Minnesota. The stage is massive, and it's the perfect opportunity for Chicago to set the tone. You got a rookie quarterback walking into a hostile environment, a revamped Bears offense ready to click, and a defense that's quietly built to frustrate young passers. You absolutely have to win this game. It won't be easy, but it's one of those matchups where everything favors Chicago. Home game, prime time, first start jitters for McCarthy. This is a must-win, and I think the Bears edge it out. A gritty, hard-fought battle, maybe something like 24-21, but a win is a win. We're starting this season 1-0. Week 2, things get tougher. Road trip to Detroit. And yeah, I know, Ben Johnson used to call plays for the Lions. That revenge game energy is real, but let's be honest. Detroit's no joke. They've been building for this moment. They're loaded on both sides of the ball, and that crowd at Ford Field is going to be absolutely insane. It's early in the season. The offense might still be finding its rhythm, and this could be a classic take-your-lumps type of game. I've got the Bears dropping this one. 1-1 heading out of Week 2. But if you can split those opening 2 divisional matchups, you're already ahead of the curve. Week 3, back home. Cowboys coming to town. But wait, no Micah Parsons. That's huge. He's been traded to Green Bay, which we'll talk about later. This matchup suddenly looks a lot more winnable. This could easily be one of those swing games in the playoff picture. Matt Eberflus might be gone, but you know he'll be watching this one closely. It's a chance for the Bears to prove they can beat a quality NFC opponent early in the year. And I think they do. The offense starts clicking, the defense tightens up, and Chicago takes care of business at home. 2-1. Week 4. The Bears head out west to face the Raiders. Now, this one feels like a trap. It's the last game before the bye. Emotions could be running high after a solid start, and Vegas is being slept on. They might not be a playoff team, but they've got pieces. Pete Carroll's energy, a defense that flies around, and a home crowd that can throw you off your rhythm. I don't love this spot for Chicago. It feels like one of those you think you got it, and then boom, you don't type of games. Bears take the L here. 2-2 heading into the bye week. And honestly, if you told me before the season that we'd be sitting at 2-2 after those first 4, I'd take it. You split the divisional games. You beat Dallas, a fellow NFC playoff hopeful. Sure, losing to the Raiders stings, but that's a non-conference game. When it comes to tiebreakers, it won't kill you. The key is not falling into a 1-3 or 0-4 hole. Ben Johnson's been honest about this stretch. The first month is about surviving, growing, and keeping things steady until the team really gels. 2-2 is a good start. Take it and build. Coming out of the bye, it's Monday Night Football again. This time, the Commanders are in town. And look, if this team isn't fired up for this one, I don't know what will do it. After what happened last year, this is personal. 15 days to prepare. Prime time. Home field. The defense will be flying. Tariq Stevenson might break the sound barrier on a blitz. I love the Bears in this spot. Statement game. 3-2. Week 6 brings the New Orleans Saints to Soldier Field. And let me tell you, if there's one game on the calendar that screams, you better win this. It's this one. The Saints are in a full-on rebuild. Caleb Williams versus Spencer Rattler? That's a fun narrative if you follow college football. Former Oklahoma teammates turned NFL opponents. But beyond that, the Bears are the better team. Period. You don't drop games like this if you're serious about making the postseason. 4-2. Now here comes the gauntlet. Week 7. On the road against the Baltimore Ravens. This one's rough. Baltimore is a Super Bowl contender. Lamar Jackson is a magician. That defense is going to test every part of your offense. And look, let's not sugarcoat it. This is probably the toughest game on the entire schedule. You're not winning them all, and this one feels like one you chalk up as a learning experience. Bears drop to 4-3. Week 8, still on the road, this time in Cincinnati. And again, brutal opponent. Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase, a high-octane offense that can light you up. But here's the twist. I think the Bears bounce back. It's tough to win in Baltimore and Cincy back-to-back, but I'll take the split. The Bengals' defense has holes, and if you can keep Burrow in check just enough, I think Chicago can sneak out of there with a win. 5-3 heading into November. Week 9, the New York Giants come town. And I don't care what people say, this is one of those weirdly dangerous games. The Giants might not be a playoff threat, but they're not pushovers either. If Chicago is coming off a win in Cincy, this could be a letdown spot. But I'll give the Bears the benefit of the doubt. You're at home. You're building momentum. 6-3. Week 10, back on the road to Minnesota. This time, J.J. McCarthy's got some experience under his belt. You're not catching him off guard in his debut anymore. U.S. Bank Stadium is no joke. The Vikings have one of the best home field advantages in the NFL. I'll say Chicago drops this one. Division games are always tough to sweep, especially on the road. 6-4. Week 11. Aaron Rodgers, Soldier Field. Maybe for the last time ever. This is the moment. This is where the Bears need to flip the script. For years, Rodgers has tormented this franchise. But this time, it's different. New coach, new quarterback, new identity. It's time. Bears win. 7-4. Rodgers leaves Chicago one last time, hopefully on the wrong end of the scoreboard. And just like that, it's Black Friday. Primetime showdown with the Philadelphia Eagles. And man, this one is a landmine. Short week. Travel. Holiday distractions. This is a tough spot. Philly is a contender, and they know how to win games like this. How about the Bears falling to 7-5 here? Not the end of the world, but a reminder that you've still got work to do. Now look at that recent stretch. Bengals, Giants, Vikings, Steelers, Eagles. That's a brutal 5-game run. You go 3-2 through that. That's a win in itself. You're still above .500, very much alive in the playoff race, and about to enter the final stretch of the season with momentum. This is where good teams separate from the rest. 7-5. 5 games to go. The path is there. The playoffs are within reach. And everything is going to come down to how this team finishes. Are they ready to take that next step? We're about to find out. Week 14. Lambeau Field. The Bears head to Green Bay for the second chapter of the age-old rivalry. And here's the twist that might change everything. Micah Parsons is now a Packer. That changes the dynamics entirely. Initially, I had the Bears sweeping Green Bay this season. That was the hope. That was the plan. But the moment the Packers added a generational talent like Parsons to an already tough defense, you've got to reevaluate. This is a brutal spot. Cold weather, hostile crowd, the history, and now one of the best defenders in the league breathing down your rookie quarterback's neck. Caleb Williams will face the fire here. I think he holds his own, but it's not enough. Packers take this one at home. Bears drop to 7-6. It hurts, but we move. Week 15, back in Chicago, the Browns come to town. And here's the truth. You cannot afford to mess around here. This is a must-win game. You don't let teams like Cleveland come into your building in mid-December and walk away with a victory, especially when they're a mess at quarterback and struggling to find any sort of identity. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson, a backup, or some practice squad player under center. The Bears are the better team. Period. The defense dominates. The offense does just enough. Bears get back on track. 8-6. Then it's a short week, Thursday night, but the good news? You're still at home. And it's time for the rematch against Green Bay. The final regular season clash between these two, and it could not come at a more important time. With the playoffs on the line and Lambeau still fresh in their memory, Chicago has a chance to punch back. This is where legends are made. Short rest, high pressure, national audience. But I like this spot. Parsons will be a factor again, no doubt, but Ben Johnson will have the game plan dialed in. Caleb Williams, under the lights, delivers the kind of performance that quiets the critics. The Bears finally get the upper hand at home, split the season series with the Packers, and improve to 9-6. Now comes the game that might define the whole year. Week 17, on the road in San Francisco against the 49ers. Let's be real, this is one of the best-run organizations in football. Elite talent on both sides of the ball. Great coaching. A team built to win in January. Normally, this would be the type of matchup you look at and say, yeah, that's a loss. But timing matters in the NFL. And this time, it just might tilt in Chicago's favor. The Bears are coming off a Saturday game. That means extra rest, more prep time. Meanwhile, the Niners are coming off a Monday night game on the road in Indianapolis. Short rest, long travel, and a bit of a trap game vibe. Everyone expects San Francisco to roll. But maybe, just maybe, Chicago catches them sleeping. It won't be pretty. It won't be high scoring. But I think the Bears gut this one out. 10-6. That's double-digit wins. And that's a massive leap forward for a team that's been stuck in the mud for years. And that sets up the regular season finale. Week 18, Soldier Field, Chicago hosting Detroit. The Lions, by now, are probably playing for seeding, possibly even trying to lock up the division title. And here's the tough pill to swallow. I still think Detroit is the class of the NFC North. Say what you want about their coaching changes, the losses of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, but the talent, the continuity, and the culture are there. This team won 15 games last season for a reason. And while the Bears have closed the gap, I'm not sure they've passed them just yet. The Lions take this one. Chicago gets swept by Detroit, and the Bears finish the regular season 10-7. Now, 10-7 doesn't guarantee you anything. Last year, we saw teams go 10-7 and miss the playoffs entirely. It's not a lock, but in most seasons, that's going to get you in. It's good enough for a wild card spot, maybe the 6th seed, depending on how the rest of the NFC shakes out. And considering where this team was just a year ago, that is a massive win for the organization. Let's recap what this season looked like. An up-and-down start. You go 2-2 into the bye. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat. You pull off a couple of key wins like Dallas, Cincinnati, and that massive road win in San Francisco. You lose a few you'd like to have back, like the Raiders and that first Packers game. But overall, you show growth. Real growth. You finish 10-7, one of the best seasons this team has had in recent memory. And you do it with a rookie quarterback, a new coaching staff, and a revamped culture. Now, how did the Bears fare in the division? Well, it's a little rough. Swept by Detroit. Split with Green Bay. Split with Minnesota. That puts you at 2-4 in the NFC North. Not ideal. You'd love to see that get to at least 3-3. But if you make the playoffs, it buys you time. It gives you a real off-season to keep building. And it proves that this team is finally moving in the right direction. And listen, we all know it's been a long, painful stretch for Bears fans. Years of quarterback chaos, coaching changes, wasted talent, frustrating Sundays. But now, there's a spark, there's a vision, there's a plan. And for the first time in a long time, it actually feels like it's working. Caleb Williams is the real deal. Ben Johnson has this team believing. The defense is young and fast. The offense is explosive and dangerous. And the fan base? They're ready. Chicago is ready. Is this team a Super Bowl contender yet? Probably not. But they're finally back in the conversation. They're no longer the punchline. They're a team you have to take seriously. And if they keep growing, keep learning, and keep pushing, who knows what this core can become over the next few seasons. Now, the final stretch won't be easy. The road to the playoffs never is. There will be obstacles, injuries, tough breaks, maybe even another Micah Parsons moment. But that's football. And this team finally looks built to handle adversity, to bounce back, to punch back. So here we are. The regular season prediction is in. 10 wins, 7 losses, a potential wildcard spot, and the beginning of something special in Chicago. No, it's not perfect. Yes, there's work to do. But for the first time in years, Bears fans have something they haven't had in a long time. Hope. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The sports world is buzzing with what could be one of the most sensational moves in recent NFL history, as Patrick Mahomes has officially confirmed his arrival at the Chicago Bears. Rumors have been circulating for weeks, but the confirmation has sent shockwaves through the league, leaving fans, analysts, and even casual observers scrambling to understand the implications of such a monumental shift. Mahomes, widely regarded as one of the most talented and electrifying quarterbacks of his generation, brings not only exceptional skill, but also a magnetic presence that can redefine the Bears' entire offensive strategy. Sources close to the team suggest that this signing was meticulously planned, with front office executives engaging in behind-the-scenes negotiations that finally culminated in this headline-making announcement. Speculation now surrounds how Mahomes' arrival will affect the Bears' locker room dynamics, the coaching staff's play calling, and the morale of a fan base that has been craving a resurgence for years. Industry insiders have already begun drawing comparisons to historical trades, suggesting that this could be a turning point in both the franchise's trajectory and the NFL landscape as a whole. Social media erupted within minutes of the news, creating trending hashtags and sparking debates among sports enthusiasts who can barely contain their excitement over what might unfold in the upcoming season. Analysts are dissecting every angle, from Mahomes' compatibility with the existing offensive line to the potential adjustments needed in the wide receiver core, projecting scenarios where the Bears might transform into a perennial powerhouse almost overnight. And the general consensus is that this move could redefine the way quarterbacks are valued and pursued across the league. Insiders have hinted at the intense negotiations that preceded Mahomes' confirmation, suggesting that multiple teams were vying for his services, yet it was the Bears' persistent approach that ultimately won him over. Behind closed doors, the organization reportedly presented Mahomes with a vision that went beyond salary and statistics, emphasizing a commitment to building a championship-caliber team around his abilities, highlighting the city's storied football history and the passionate fan base eager for a triumphant return. The details, while still under wraps, point to a multifaceted strategy involving long-term planning, from bolstering the offensive line to drafting complementary talent that could maximize Mahomes' strengths. Rumors also circulate about the potential shakeup in the coaching staff, with speculation that new hires or tactical shifts might be imminent to accommodate the unique style of play that Mahomes excels at, blending improvisation with precise mechanics. Conversations among league insiders have already begun comparing the Bears' audacious move to some of the most high-profile trades in NFL history, emphasizing the blend of risk and reward inherent in acquiring a quarterback of Mahomes' caliber. Analysts and fans alike are envisioning the possibilities, imagining scenarios where the Bears' offense could dominate the league, combining explosive passing plays with a redefined ground game. This acquisition has fueled a firestorm of discussion about strategy, leadership, and the future of the franchise, with some commentators even suggesting that this could trigger a domino effect across other teams, influencing trade dynamics and quarterback valuations for years to come. As whispers continue to spread, the intrigue surrounding Mahomes' decision to join Chicago only grows, creating a palpable sense of anticipation and excitement that has rarely been seen in the NFL offseason, turning the city and its fan base into a focal point of national sports conversations and conjecture. The impact of Mahomes' arrival in Chicago is being felt far beyond the Bears organization, as the entire NFL community begins to recalibrate expectations for the coming seasons. Sports analysts and commentators are drawing up extensive projections, considering how Mahomes' style of play, his agility in the pocket, precision passing, and ability to read defenses could transform the Bears' offensive schemes. Rumors suggest that defensive coordinators across the league are already planning contingencies, anticipating matchups against a quarterback who has consistently demonstrated an uncanny ability to make decisive plays under pressure. The excitement among Bears fans has reached a fever pitch, with ticket sales, merchandise, and social media engagement spiking dramatically as supporters envision a new era of dominance in Soldier Field. Pundits are discussing the broader implications as well, speculating whether this signing might pressure other franchises to pursue similarly bold quarterback acquisitions in an effort to remain competitive. Internal sources hint at ongoing discussions regarding potential adjustments to training regimens, playbooks, and even draft priorities to ensure Mahomes is surrounded by the talent and support necessary to thrive in Chicago. Industry observers are also curious about the psychological effect on teammates, suggesting that the arrival of a high-profile quarterback could either inspire a collective elevation of performance or create subtle tensions as roles and hierarchies shift. Conversations in sports media are increasingly framed around Mahomes' potential to not just enhance the Bears' immediate prospects, but also reshape the competitive balance in the NFC North and potentially the entire league, prompting debates about whether this move signals the beginning of a new dynasty or a high-stakes gamble. Social media platforms have become hotbeds of speculation, with fans and commentators dissecting every photo, interview, and subtle hint from the team, collectively fueling an atmosphere of suspense, excitement, and anticipation that has rarely been matched in NFL circles, highlighting the transformative power of a single player's arrival. Rumors have also begun swirling about the financial and contractual nuances behind Mahomes' deal with the Bears, as industry experts speculate about the unprecedented terms that might have been involved to secure such a high-caliber talent. The speculation includes performance incentives, potential bonus structures, and long-term guarantees that could set new benchmarks for quarterback contracts, influencing negotiation strategies across the league. Sources suggest that the Bears' management displayed a level of strategic foresight, balancing the immediate desire to acquire a superstar with careful planning for sustainable team development, ensuring that the financial commitment aligns with broader organizational goals. Additionally, there's chatter about the potential marketing and branding impact, with Mahomes' presence expected to boost the team's visibility, attract sponsorship deals, and expand the fan base, both domestically and internationally, as the NFL continues to grow its global footprint. Analysts are drawing connections to similar high-profile acquisitions in other sports, noting how a single transformative player can catalyze organizational change, elevate team culture, and redefine competitive aspirations. Within the league, whispers abound about how rival teams might respond, whether by pursuing equally bold quarterback moves, adjusting defensive strategies, or reassessing draft priorities to counter the Bears' newfound firepower. Meanwhile, fans continue to speculate about Mahomes' integration into Chicago's storied football tradition, envisioning historic moments and game-winning drives that could become legendary. The sense of anticipation is amplified by the uncertainty surrounding how this unprecedented move will unfold on the field, combining elements of strategy, talent, and spectacle into a narrative that continues to capture the imagination of everyone following the NFL, creating a story that feels more like unfolding drama than mere sports news. Observers agree that, regardless of the immediate outcomes, the ripple effects of Mahomes' arrival will resonate for years, shaping the league's competitive landscape and fueling endless debates among fans and analysts eager to witness the consequences of this bold maneuver. The conversation around Mahomes joining the Bears has now reached a fever pitch, with speculation touching every facet of the organization and its prospects for the upcoming seasons. Betting markets are reportedly adjusting odds on the Bears' chances of making the playoffs, with some experts suggesting that the team could become an instant contender for the Super Bowl, a dramatic shift from previous expectations. Social media communities are flooded with memes, fan theories, and heated debates about how Mahomes will mesh with existing talent, particularly the offensive line, running backs, and wide receivers, with predictions ranging from immediate dominance to initial growing pains as chemistry develops. Reports indicate that internal team meetings are likely being held to align coaching philosophy with Mahomes' dynamic play style, potentially inspiring new formations, trick plays, and audacious calls designed to leverage his unique skill set. The excitement is not confined to Chicago. Analysts from rival teams are weighing in, projecting scenarios, and crafting counter strategies to cope with the disruption Mahomes is expected to introduce. The broader narrative has sparked discussions about league parity, quarterback mobility, and the evolving economics of NFL superstar acquisitions, highlighting how a single player can influence everything from ticket sales to team morale to media attention. Within fan circles, speculation abounds about how Mahomes' charisma, leadership, and competitive drive will translate to a new locker room environment, potentially inspiring younger teammates and reshaping team culture. Industry insiders suggest that this move will trigger a ripple effect, prompting other franchises to rethink their quarterback strategies, draft approaches, and even coaching hires, emphasizing the profound impact of this single, high-profile acquisition. With the offseason now dominated by talk of Mahomes and the Bears, every interview, practice update, and organizational announcement is being scrutinized, turning the city into an epicenter of anticipation and excitement that feels unprecedented in modern NFL history, fueling an ongoing saga that blurs the line between sports news and cultural phenomenon. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.